Whitey Bulger was at one time only surpassed by Osama bin Laden on the FBI's most wanted list.
And in Black Mass, Johnny Depp is at the top of his game, playing the notorious Boston gangster who became one of the most powerful crime lords in the U.S.
Hey, this is Joel Edgerton. You're watching Made in Hollywood, and here is a scene from Black Mass.
I need to know everything you know about the Winter Hill Gang, and specifically what you know about your former boss and now fugitive, James Whitey Bulger.
Let's start.
We were just talking about how stuff is made in Hollywood and isn't. This movie was made in Boston mostly?
Yeah, Scott wouldn't have done it any other way.
What was that experience like to have kind of the lore of Whitey Bulger made in Boston?
Well, it was fascinating, and I'm glad that we shot it there because all information started seeping in from all sides in a way that if we'd have shot it, elsewhere, it wouldn't have happened.
Can't film this anywhere else. It would be ridiculous.
Was the Boston accent tough for anyone?
I was terrified of doing it. I mean, some actors are great. They have a great ear for certain things. There's other accents I'm not afraid of doing.
And the next thing you know, he's a damn kingpin. You know why? Because the FBI let it happen.
I grew up with Jimmy and his brother Billy, the senator. And that is a bond that doesn't get broken. Your brother is wading into some very dark waters. Jimmy's business is Jimmy's business.
In your humble opinions, what is it about this story that makes such a great cinematic kind of story? Because not all tales, if you will, do.
Brother story is one of the fundamental pieces of it. It's actually a triangle because, you have the FBI and two brothers, basically. They all grew up together.
I was familiar with the story because I'm from Boston. I knew about it, but didn't, wasn't in the forefront of my consciousness until, as you say, he was captured, and then I think everybody was reminded of this incredible story.
I can help you, Jimmy, and you can help me. It's an alliance. We get the FBI to fight our wars, and we do whatever we want to do.
In real life, do you think John was in control of this whole situation, or was it Whitey Bulger who was in control, or was one playing the other?
I think it was a case of, one playing the other. I think John liked to think that he was in control of the situation, but, like many things in life, we travel down a path and we're not really checking ourselves.
Between you and me.
And then suddenly we find ourselves in a dark forest, and we're like, whoa, how did it get so far and how did it get so dark?
I think they started off playing each other. In my opinion, it seemed like Whitey was at the reins there.
You obviously have to be highly intelligent to reach that level of power and not get caught for such a long time.
Bulger's playing us. Making a fool of the Bureau.
We're in too deep, and he knows it.
Come around me telling me I changed.
God help us.
Was there an intensity there that you could kind of feel on the set, or was that just all some great acting?
There's no part of it where you think, oh, I'm watching a movie. It's so intense. And it was definitely like that when we were filming.
Ryan Halloran, just gone down, broad daylight.
There was definitely, for me, a lot of tension in those moments where, we feel the vice sort of, crushing John, and he's trying to remember the lies he told, and he starts to kind of lose control, and we see him not, treading water and unsuccessfully treading water.
Thought it was a family secret.
That's a recipe.
No.
What was it like working with Johnny as Whitey Bulger and all his makeup?
Well, it was weird. I met Johnny, before the film started. And then I hung out with him in the trailer on the last day and watched him take the makeup off. But the majority of the middle experience with him was watching him look like Jim Bulger. Johnny was transformed into Jimmy, and then he brought the transformation from the inside.
Maybe you're gonna spill something about me tomorrow.
I mean, it's him, but when we're filming, he does sort of just completely morph into a different person. It's really remarkable.
One thing I like about what Johnny and Scott did with this is that you get to see this guy he has that ice going. I really think it's the only way he could have gotten away with doing it for so long. People had to be afraid. Even people that could have turned him in had to be afraid. Fear is the operating principle.